Now let's go back to our initial bin that we were running with providing the class path. And we already learned that we can use jar, but we also can just point to the classes folder that is generated and as part of the package, the build, as part of the build. And we can here classes, and we have everything inside here. We have our class itself, right? So .class for our application, and we also have some other files here. For you have properties, and you have public with one CSS inside. So this was after the build, but this came from here in our project. You can see that we have resources, we have config and public folder here, right? And as part of our application, you have also a web interface, so a web server running on as part of this application, because you're going to be building some reports from our system. And this helps me to show you something interesting, that first you can use class here as well, and also as part of this we are passing here the class path pointing to our folder inside our target here. So you'll be passing straight to this. And what this public means is Spring Web will be looking to this folder as a way to make it public to be accessed through the browser. So basically, when we start our application, I have our application here with run here, basically run this guy. And we are running our application, and now you can access through the web, right? And as you can see, you can access that test CSS that we saw inside our folder here in research. That basically we are not accessing from here, but as a result of this, we are accessing it from here. And that is it is available because we are pointing straight to the classes here, right? And as part of the class, you can see our Java class, but also other properties, right? So having that said, that would be very useful when you are developing for web, doing basically web front end, right? Because if you were pointing to a jar, we would not be able to be changing on the fly the CSS, HTML, or JavaScript, and all those things, because it would be having to compile every time that you change something. But if you are pointing straight to your class here, you can make changes on this file. Let's say let's change to yellow, and we will see it reflecting immediately on the browser, right? So that would be changing very easy. So to work with front end, that's a very important concept, and that it's done because we changed it here to class. Actually, this was not even needed. So let's see. We could use that and run it again. And we run here. You have yellow, and we just change to say green, and we would have green here. So yeah, and the fact that just this need to point on as part of the model path itself. Don't need to the class path. You would be using class path if you were not using modelization, right? And I think that's finished this part. I think we saw a lot about jars, class path, and how to manage your application. And I hope that was helpful, and see you in the next lecture.